On today's episode of Days of Our Lives, Sarah has a change of heart as Xander gets ready to fight. EJ struggles to move on from what happened to Susan, and Harris and Ava get closer. Kate is overjoyed to learn that Sarah requested a divorce at the mansion. Rex is enraged and tells his mother that he doesn't want to do that or turn his back on his daughter. Kate clarifies, "You mean Xander's daughter?" "No," he replies, "I mean my daughter." She is aware that Xander won't back down and allow him to raise his child. Additionally, Sarah still feels awful about Xander, and the gardener deserves someone who isn't attractive. She begs him to release her. Susan showing up in the square astounds Sarah. With bare claws for his mother, EJ joins them. He assists Sarah in sitting as she struggles with her resentment of Xander for Susan's passing. "I take it you're not angry anymore now?" Sue inquires. "Of course she's still angry," claims EJ. Susan still lost a year of her life as a result of Xander's kidnapping. Sarah responds that Xander is not a killer when Susan inquires as to her opinion. "Not this time," EJ snaps. In a stupor, Sarah walks out. Xander visits Sloan to meet with his attorney. Eric, who is upset, queries what the Scot did this time. Xander claims to be the one who was hurt. Eric claims Sloan ought to have informed him. Sloan is sorry and knows. Sloan questions Xander about his belief that she can win him custody of his daughter after Eric departs for coffee. Xander argues that since Susan is still alive, he is not a murderer. Sloan reminds him that he still has custody of her. In addition, removing a newborn from her mother will be difficult. As pointed out by Xander, Sarah kept his child a secret, similar to how she treated Eric, who would forbid parents from seeing their own children. "Who is that?" Xander answers himself without irony. "A monster." Sloan, who has a guilty-looking expression, wants to know more information, like who the father of the child was according to Sarah. "Well, that's not important," Xander responds. "The only thing that matters is that Sarah has a history of deceiving men to keep them away from their own kids." Sloan is unsure if this renders her an unfit mother, but it does give them a chance to argue their case in court. He needs her to attack from every angle. Sloan says he despises Sarah's guts so much. "Yes," he sneers, "the answer is yes, I do." Harris phones Ava, who is staying at Tripp's apartment, from the pub. After catching up on their individual living situations, Harris explains that he must find employment in order to cover his rent. She refers to him as a hero when he laments the lack of job opportunities for a retired SEAL whose most recent employment was as a hitman or mercenary. Overhearing, Tripp approaches with worry. After saying goodbye, Ava offers to prepare Wendy and her son breakfast. He claims Wendy is in a job interview and is confident she will be hired because she is very intelligent and competent. "How bad is the situation?" asks Ava. Tripp acknowledges his affection for her before inquiring about Ava's emotions towards Harris. She argues that they are only pals. Before Rex begs Kate to go, she settles in when Sarah goes back to the mansion. After Susan leaves, Sarah informs Rex that she saw a living Susan. He inquires as to her response. Sarah argues that while it offers Xander legal ground to stand on, she remains adamant about getting a divorce. Kate is correct. They should all move on at this point. She is instructed to mail the divorce papers to his Chicago address. He just wishes she wouldn't fall for Xander's tricks once more. They say goodbye while crying. Susan and EJ discuss his desire for retribution against Xander and Susan in the square. She demands that he pledge on the altar of her life that he won't harm even one of their hairs. He says, "I wouldn't dream of it," with a lot of emphasis. Because she won't be there to watch him, she hopes he is telling the truth. She is returning to Memphis. Harris is at the bar when Eric enters the pub. As Kate joins them, they become acquainted. As the group talks about Vivian leaving town and Dimitri's detention, Kate criticizes Rafe, the police commissioner. She then advises Harris submit an application for a position at the police station. Eric offers to assist Harris if he needs anything before he departs. Harris acknowledges that and turns to face Kate, who offers to speak with Jada, the lone competent officer on the force, on his behalf. He'll consider it. The attorney warns Xander at Sloan's residence that his custody lawsuit will face difficult odds. If he would be open to co-parenting, she asks. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.